Hey everyone, Duke Nougat 3D here with some more masks to show off from my collection. And today I have for you what is, in my opinion, the single greatest gas mask that you can get for under $20, the United States MSA Ultravue full face respirators. These were designed sometime in the mid to late 1970s under the German company Auer as the 3S, and were later adopted as by MSA as the Ultravue, due to the two companies having such close ties together, and in fact they later merged together. But there is very little difference between the Auer 3S and MSA Ultravue. The main differences being that the Auer 3S has a semi-transparent yellow valve, inlet valve spider gasket, and the Ultravue ones being a black color, and the Auer 3S having a more robust, either rubberized deflector type outlet valve cover or a more sturdy plastic cage type, whereas the Ultravue having a much more simplified snap-on plastic cage outlet valve. And other than that, it's just down to the markings being different. But anyhow, more onto the Ultravue here. The most common ones you'll see on the surplus market will be this type right here, which is made out of a bluish high-car rubber material, which I can't personally recommend all that much due to it being somewhat stiff and uncomfortable to wear for longer periods of time. But I think that's really subjective to what your facial structure is like, and it isn't that bad, honestly. It's just I'm not a fan of high car rubber due to its very stiff rigidity, and it's not very flexible either. But anyhow, it is fully capable of protection against seaborne agents. The mask does come equipped with a panoramic lens, obviously, which has a very decent field of view. It has an outlet valve on the chin, as mentioned before. It is 40mm threaded. However, most of the time when you buy these will come with a 25mm, I believe that's what thread this is, industrial adapter, which allows you to use it with the typical hoses that the Ultravue is designed for. Just screws on like that, and it also allows you to use it with industrial chin filters and other industrial filters with 25mm threads. Again, correct me if I'm wrong on the thread diameter. I believe that's what I've heard that the industrial thread is. But anyhow, as you can see, this is a chest-mounted filter setup that I have with this Ultravue. However, like I said, this adapter can be easily unscrewed and used with any standard NATO 40mm canister, like the silicone Ultravue here, which I have a British PS10 filter on. As you may notice, the silicone, or just later Ultravues in general, there are a few slight differences in the facepiece molding design, such as the earlier Ultravues. Well, actually, first I should mention that the early Ultravues, they'll have a different lens frame, where it has some crimping along the frame itself, and I don't think it's two separate pieces that screw onto each other, such as the normal ones, but I digress. The earlier Ultravues will have a serial code printed on this little bridge between the Tissot deflectors, whereas the later ones will just have the size of the mask printed on this bridge instead. The silicone ones, I can personally recommend a lot more than the high car ones due to their comfort, but I wouldn't personally advise against getting these for any sort of chemical agent protection, at least against blister agents. But anyhow, these would be good for, things such as tear gas or, riot control agents and other industrial hazards. And these can be worn for a long period of time, and they're very comfy. Excuse the sniffling again. Gosh dang, I really gotta stop making videos when I have sinus issues. But anyhow, there is a variety of accessories designed for the Ultravue, such as a separate inner oronasal cup, which unfortunately these don't typically come with them pre-installed. You have to buy them separately. There are clear and smoked or tinted lens covers. They're not lens outserts, but they're just a little piece of plastic film that sticks over the lens to prevent scratches and damage. And there are different lengths of hose, such as this 1-foot hose here for the chest mount filters. There's 3-foot hoses like this one for either back-mounted canisters or the constant flow airline adapter for compressed air systems to deliver a constant flow of air into the mask for effortless breathing. And there is clip-on welding lens adapters, and they're just a whole slew of different accessories you can get for these masks. It could really make your head turn. I'm sure there's plenty more. I can't really name a whole lot off the top of my head besides the ones I just described. But anyhow, moving on. I really don't have too much else to mention about these masks, so I guess I'll show off the inside for you and show off a few close-up details on this one since I don't have it on the head currently. Here you can see the inner inlet valve spider gasket thing. These are the things you want to inspect first. Like I said, these masks will typically come with the industrial adapters threaded onto the 40mm port, and you want to be careful when unscrewing these because a lot of the times these valve spiders will be the first things to fail. They have a tendency to become brittle and plasticized. I don't know what type of rubber they're made out of. I think it's some sort of yeah, it's not really, it's some sort of artificial rubber, obviously, because I don't think these masks were ever made out of natural rubber latex. Maybe the Hour 3S was at some point, but I don't think the Ultravues were ever made out of natural rubber latex. But anyhow, back onto the valve spiders. When unscrewing the adapters for industrial threads and hoses, please be sure to check and be careful that these don't break on you. These often will if they're aged and used and getting old, but thankfully, both the ones I have on mine are in decent condition and in working order. Here you can see the outlet valve, the voice diaphragm throughout the above area of the 40mm port. I am extremely jumbling my words right now. I cannot talk. Here is the outlet valve, which again is just a snap-off cage and just a very simple disc type valve. You have a hose clamp type ordeal here holding the main voice emitter and inlet valve assembly on. Here's the head harness, which interestingly on mine is a high-car head harness and not made out of the same silicone as the mask. I kind of wonder if they made silicone harnesses for these or just continue using the blue rubber high-car on all designs. I should also mention that the silicone ones came in a variety of colors, including yellow and an aqua blue, which seems to be kind of rare. I've only seen one example on the market, personally. You can see another size stamp on the interior, the Oronasal bridge sort of thing. You can see the voice diaphragm throughout the back there. There is an interned face seal periphery. All Ultravues have this. And peeling back the chin cup, you can see the outlet valve throughout the bottom there. There were a couple different variants of the Ultravue. Bumped the camera. I am terrible at making videos, folks. I apologize. There are a couple different variants of the Ultravue design, such as the Phalanx and Ultra Twin, which I don't know the differences between the two, but for the most part, both the Phalanx and the Ultra Twin were different from the Ultravue in the aspect that they have twin-mounted filters on either side instead of a centralized 40mm port. And I don't think there's really any other variants. There's also one other accessory I forgot to mention is the Abrasiblast, which is a sandblasting hood accessory for the Ultravue if it was used in conjunction with the clip-on welding lens and the constant flow demand regulator and 3-foot hose here. But really, just a very, very nice mask with a very wide range of accessories you can get for not too much if you know where to look. So yeah, if you want a mask that'll actually protect you on a $20 budget, I totally go for an Ultravue. These are extremely high quality and well-built masks that have stood the test of time and are still in use today in the industry here and there. So that's pretty much all I have to say. So I'm Duke New with 3D. I hope you enjoyed. I'll have some more videos coming to you soon here, and I'll see you all later.